Hello, this is Janet Michael. In addition to hosting The Valley Today each weekday at noon on the River 95.3, I also produce podcasts, and I'm excited to introduce you to a new podcast series in partnership with Lord Fairfax Community College. Having provided higher education and career training for the past half-century, LFCC is tightly interwoven into the fabric of the Northern Shenandoah Valley and Piedmont regions. Join me every week for conversations with current and former students to hear their funny and inspiring stories as we learn about their journey to higher education, the role that LFCC has played, where they are now, and where they plan to go. We'll also talk to current and former professors about their experiences and best memories of LFCC over the past 50 years. Get every single episode as they're released on our website at theriver953.com under the podcast tab, or you can subscribe for free in Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, on Spotify, Amazon Music, wherever you listen to podcasts. Just search for LFCC Stories. Hello and welcome to The Valley Today. I am your host, Janet Michael. I mentioned at the end of Thursday's show that I was leaving to go record the show that you are listening to today on Tourism Tuesday. It is Thursday afternoon as I sit in person at the Front Royal Golf Club with Lewis Nichols. I am so excited on so many levels to be sitting here having a conversation with you. The golf course looks amazing.
Well, thank you so much, Janet. We are thrilled with the course, with everything that's coming together for us. The community has just supported us tremendously, just an outpouring of support. And the members have been fantastic, as well as the community and all the new players we're getting.
We were having a conversation before we started recording about the history of this golf course, and I knew bits and pieces of it, but nothing to the degree that you were explaining to me. Can you kind of give me the Cliff Notes version of the history of the golf course?
Well, me doing Cliff Notes is always a challenge, but I'll try. Okay, so Mr. William E. Carson, who was just a dynamo, 1938, he built this course. It was built by the CCC, so it's really the ultimate repurposing example. And I call this America's golf course because Mr. Carson really took this, and it was this limestone factory, a part of it. It was a quarry, repurposed it into the golf course to make it a total recreational center for Front Royal. And it was to honor his son. His son's name was Will. He died tragically in 1925 of pneumonia after he'd gone swimming in the Shenandoah River. And Mr. Carson vowed, well, never again will somebody just have the only place they can swim in the county be the river. So the original recreational center had walking trails, boating, hiking, and a pool and tennis courts. It's a great example, too, of just pioneerism in America, the great American spirit, the resiliency of American people, and I mean even the indigenous people in America, because the Paleo Indians actually were the first settlers in this area 10,000 years ago. We have the oldest Indian site in America, and it's 10,000 years ago. The Paleo Indians were up there at Thunderbird, right off of our 7th green, celebrating trading rituals. So that river has always been a great avenue for commerce in America. George Washington was surveying it originally, that whole area, and then eventually it became what are now train tracks. That was the train back then. That's how they got goods from point A to point B, from throughout the Native American history, all the way through colonialism in America. Then there was a family farm there. It was the Ash family farm. We still have their family gravesite between two of our fairways, right on the back side of the course. So great history here. It kind of reminds me of, the family farm probably reminds me of what Jimmy Stewart, if you ever watched that movie, Shenandoah, with Jimmy Stewart, it was probably something like that. It was the family farm, classic example. And I guess what happened was when the farming wasn't as good, eventually it became a quarry and part of Mr. Carson's limestone factory. Mr. Carson was an immigrant from Northern Ireland. He was born in 1870. He came over in 1887 to take over his father's limestone factory. And that was at Riverton. This was a boom town at one point. I know it can be again. I hope we're part of that because it's a very rich mineral town. So that's one of the things we want to do too here is promote the history, and we are an endangered we are an historical landmark. I want to try to make us an endangered historical landmark at some point. I'm a member of Preservation Virginia, and that would be one of my goals down the road.
Well, and it's interesting when you're talking about the history, you mentioned the word perseverance several times. And quite frankly, it took some perseverance for you to get in here and be able to manage the golf course. Tell me how that came to be, and how does it look now from a management perspective? Because I know you have a partner. I know your wife, Shawn, is involved.
Yeah.
Kind of give me the rundown on the logistics of the golf course itself.
The third time's the charm, right? Is that what they say? So we went before the board on, I guess it was the bid was due in the very end of May. Went before the board, because the course was slated to close down on July 1st. Went through before the board, I want to say about the second week of June, did a presentation to the board. We passed that, and they decided to go ahead and, approve us for a public hearing. So there was a public hearing about a week later. And we had about probably 25 supporters. There were probably 4 people that were against it. I think because of what's happened in the past, there was not an appetite in any way to be supporting a golf course. So we had to overcome that perception out there, because some people felt that this course was getting unduly supported by the county. And so I think we overcame that in our presentation and our goals and what we're trying to accomplish. And we put that out there. We put a bid out. We were asking for a little more help from the county than we ended up getting. But that being said, we got shot down 4-1 in the first go-round. Second go-round, which was about a week later, we revised our bid, and we were approved 4-1. So we ended up having to do a lot more than we really wanted to do from a financial perspective, because the county was losing, I think the figure, I've heard everything from $130,000 to $160,000 a year, $160,000 a year on the golf course. So we were looking for a little help just to get ramped up. And because of the lack of appetite for the board to be perceived as supporting a golf course, we had to do a little more than we wanted to do from a financial perspective. However, it was the only way the deal was going to happen. So we got the deal. And we're here.
Well, and I have to tell you, I had many conversations with Doug Stanley about what was going to happen with this golf course. And I knew kind of at the 40,000-foot level that there was a management company that was looking at placing a bid and coming in. I had no idea until well after the fact that it was you. And for people that are listening that may not also be putting it together yet, your son Dylan was our news director at the radio station. So it was really it was like my happy little moment that I realized, wait, this is so cool, because it's staying within the community, and I think that is the best outcome we could have hoped for.
Well, thank you so much. We've been here for about 25 years. I am a 30-year guy in hospitality, so I did 4 years with Disney. In fact, Dylan was born at Walt Disney World.
Never told me that.
Not actually in the Magic Kingdom, but in Orlando. I was senior sales manager for the 11 Disney-owned and operated resorts.
Was he born in Goofy's dressing room?
His brother got his first haircut, though, with the barbershop quartet right on Main Street with the Dapper Dans. So I've got photos of that. So that was my Disney background. And then I'm a Marriott guy, too. So most of my career's been spent with Marriott. It's about 25 years with Marriott as well. It was a furlough project for me with Marriott, because we were decimated, the hotel industry, with COVID. I was a member out here.
That was going to be my next question. I assume you play golf.
Yeah, I do. I wasn't very decent at it. They'll tell you now, I'm up to decent now. I'm not great.
You've worked your way up to decent.
I'm up to decent. But the only reason I'm up to decent or have a swing is because of this golf course, because it's the only place I ever felt comfortable, welcomed. Nobody was pushing me. I could take maybe another shot. If I didn't like the shot I got, nobody was going to yell at me. It was the first place I really felt welcomed in golf. So I got a swing out here, actually. My first swing, it only took me like 30 years to get a swing. But I have a swing now, and that's good. But the hospitality experience has really helped me, because the parallels are amazing with hotels and golf courses, because you're dealing with the same kind of, revenue streams, you're dealing with the same kind of business principles.
Well, your customer mindset is the same, because
Yes.
people go to a hotel typically because they're on vacation or traveling and they're getting away, and the same with the golf course. I mean, my husband plays golf
Yeah.
because it lets him forget
Yeah.
everything that's going on at work and Of course, not everything's going on at home because he has such a happy home life.
Right, exactly.
But he loves to play golf to get away.
You. Well,
yes,
yeah,
duh. What more would he need? I mean, come on.
Absolutely.
So we have to take a break in another minute or two. Before we do that, can you give me a rundown of the golf course? How many holes? I know you guys have made a lot of improvements. I want to talk about those in the second segment, but give me just kind of the fact sheet of the golf course.
Yeah, so we're par 70. You can play 18 holes here from different tee boxes. It's a 9-hole course in a Scottish links design, designed after the county courses in Ireland. So essentially, it's not like a typical 9-hole course where you just play the same 9 again and over again. You play from totally different tee boxes, so it's totally different angles and approaches, different slopes. So it's a challenge, and it feels like an 18-hole course. There have been many people who've been super challenged by this course. It's an accuracy course. During COVID, we had people coming from all over, and we still do. But back when Maryland was closed all the golf courses were closed, our governor opened ours up, but they were closed, and we were getting people from that had played Congressional, Avenel, the big courses. I had a guy in knickers out there one time, and he comes up to me and he goes...
that wasn't Payton Stewart, was it?
No, yeah, unfortunately, it would have maybe, God rest his soul, right?
The ghost of Payton Stewart.
Yeah, exactly. He was a sweet guy. But this guy was just like, I thought there was going to be a short course, and I'm like, no. I mean, he was super challenged by this course. So it's a big surprise to a lot of people. It's just a special place. You have to play it to really understand it. I don't get into the technical slopes and things like that, but I think that's helps.
Well, we're going to take a quick break. We are pre-recording our conversation today. You, of course, are listening to it on Tourism Tuesday. It is a Thursday afternoon. We are sitting at the course, which is located behind Walmart. It's probably the easiest way for everybody to understand.
That's
Keep
correct.
going around the circle on the turnabout, and you will run right into it, or the river. You have two options. So we're going to come back and have more of a conversation with Lewis Nichols. We are at Front Royal Golf Club today recording our show, and we're going to come back and talk with him more in just a couple of minutes.
Do you know anyone who is struggling with financial hardships because of coronavirus? Our new webinar called Coping with the Money Crunch can help. We'll talk about immediate options to consider, revising or creating a spending plan, and lots of community resources. Then we'll cover how to narrow your priorities, contact creditors, and avoid scams and risky loans. The webinar is free, and you can either join by phone or through Zoom on a smartphone, tablet, or computer. You can find out more by visiting the Northern Shenandoah Valley Financial Education Program on Facebook or calling Karen Poff at 540-635-4549. Let me show you how to make your own plan or help someone you care about get through the crisis. Call 635-4549 or visit at NSV Financial Education on Facebook today.
Welcome back to the Valley today. I am your host, Janet Michael. We have pre-recorded today's episode of Tourism Tuesday on a Thursday, as a matter of fact. I am sitting at the Front Royal Golf Club in Front Royal having a conversation today with Lewis Nichols. He is Virginia Golf LLC is the management company that has taken over Front Royal Golf Club. And Lewis, you have made a lot of improvements. Tell me what you guys have done since you've been in charge.
I will have to give all the credit to my wife, Sean, who is my business partner, and Joe Estrada, who is our chef. He's the executive chef here. He's done a tremendous job of taking things up a notch. So we're sitting right now in our new banquet room. So what we've done in here, just to recap some of the improvements, is we've done the wainscoting, as you can see, in a nice colonial blue. We are doing you'll see it next time you come back, Janet, but there's going to be a beautiful gold leaf highlight to the chair rail. And then also another blue
schmancy
highlight.
it up a little.
Yeah, just little touches here and there. We replaced the sconces. We put the chandeliers in just this week. They came in. So we have 2 new chandeliers. We had put the ceiling fans in when we first got here, so those are brand new ceiling fans back in here to help keep it cooler for the guests. So those are just those little things. And we have this beautiful fireplace here too. So those little things have really just been incredible touches.
And this is a great room to have even if you're not necessarily having something that's golf related. If I want to have a wedding reception here, or I want to have a luncheon with some clients, or a meet and greet, if I want to do a social media seminar, this room is perfect for that because it's open, it's airy, it's bright, and it, like you said, the ceiling fans, it's cool in here.
Well, on October 17th, our executive chef, Joe Estrada, is going to be doing a special dinner in here. It's going to be a reservation only. First seating will be at 5:30. There will be seatings, throughout the night, and it's going to be very upscale. We're going to do valet parking out front. He is an amazing guy. He worked at the Inn at Little Washington.
Oh.
He was Devin Smith's protege from the county. Yeah.
Love Devin.
For the culinary teacher for the county, a wonderful guy. Joe has traveled all over the world. He's been taught culinary in schools all over the world. He's done a number of different restaurants, amazing chefs. So that is going to be a really special night, and that's going to be in here. We're hosting a wedding rehearsal dinner tomorrow night. We have several wedding receptions going on throughout the month of October in here. So we'll be doing those kind of events in here, and Rotary meets here every Wednesday morning as well. So this room has been super flexible in terms of everything from, a Rotary business meeting from 7 to 8 a.m. in the mornings on Wednesdays all the way through, and we're partnering with Rotary too, by the way, all the way through these really upscale dinners that we're going to do. One really special thing Joe did, he hosted a returning veteran from overseas, from Iraq, just came back from deployment. His wife called up and said, we just want to do a private dinner for him. And within 72 hours, Joe had it set up in here. There was a table right here by the fireplace. It was just them.
Wow.
It was a beautiful 5-course dinner. And then to top it off, Randy Orts, one of our great members, took them out on a little sunset cruise out on the Shenandoah River.
Nice.
On he has a beautiful boat, and he took them out, and they loved it. The boat pulls up. Randy's got all the flags from all the services up there. He was a Marine, so Semper Fi Marines, and Lee Greenwood was playing Proud to Be an American. Not Lee himself.
Oh.
We almost got Lee, just kidding. We were all crying, it was just an amazing moment. So Joe is bringing things up to another level. What this is going to be, this is sort of the first special dinner, and then this is going to become a special restaurant, a high-end restaurant. It's going to be called Greens at 902.
Nice.
It'll be reservations only. We're so lucky to have Joe. He's a talented guy. I think another nice thing, we're trying to give Devin an exclusive on catering on the banquet room here. He always gets first dibs. He can't always do it because he's so popular and he's so well respected that he can't always do it. However, we're giving him first dibs, and so it's just been a tremendous partnership.
Speaking of partnerships, you've kind of established partnerships with a lot of people in the community. I'm guessing when Marriott came in, not too terribly far from where we're sitting right now, and your history with Marriott, that's been probably a pretty good partnership for you, because now they have a golf course at a hotel they didn't have to have a golf course at.
Absolutely. So we met with Keisha Phillips, who's the general manager of the hotel, yesterday. She's a wonderful lady, and we're looking at doing some packages together, and she had all kinds of ideas too yesterday. We hosted her for lunch. I think she can probably tell you firsthand about the food here. We have the Tilted Kilt as well, which is in the clubhouse.
Oh, okay.
Which is going to be just our regular lunch, dinner, breakfast place as we go on. We're ramping up very slowly.
I'll be able to just come meet a friend here for lunch in the afternoon, even if I'm not golfing, and get something to eat.
Correct. Keisha got to experience the Tilted Kilt yesterday. We have hours now. We're ramping up slowly, but Wednesdays 11 to 6, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday 11 to 7. And the menu is smokehouse burger with hand-cut French fries, smoking birdie sandwich, which is a marinated chicken breast, tomato aioli, and then also we have a famous steak and cheese that's just really amazing. We had an 83-year-old customer say it's the best he ever had. So I think he's had a couple in his day, and he liked ours best. Garden fresh chicken salad sandwich, we call that the Eagle. That's the best sandwich chicken salad ever. So we have some grab and goes, and we also have the hot food too.
Well, I'm glad that it's late in the afternoon so I can grab and go a chicken salad sandwich before I leave today.
I think you need to. I think you definitely need to, Janet.
So you were telling me before we started recording for the show about a community garden.
Yeah, so we've designated a place down below. Our Board of Supervisors, Walt Mabe, I think one of his big things is feeding the hungry. And so I told Walt, informally, I just said, you know what, we'll designate a spot for your community garden down there. And so we're going to fulfill that promise. We've already identified a place near the river, so that's upcoming. So each of the board has a passion for different things. So I know Dolores Oates, her passion seems to be historical tourism. So we want to partner with her on doing historical tours out here, really promote the history. I already have Mr. Carson's picture up on the wall, and I'm going to be doing a whole historical wall of nothing but pictures of Front Royal and different things throughout the years to really tell the story of Front Royal. So we've had tremendous partners like that. The Board of Supervisors, I think they've been tremendous in terms of giving us a chance to really show them what we can do, and we have really fulfilled on that. Also, great partners are Dan Lenz, his team over there at Parks and Rec.
I love Dan. Dan's awesome.
Oh, he's been fantastic. Kelly Zitzer, Debbie Cook, Brad Kresge. We've had tremendous partners. You can't do this stuff in a vacuum. Members, Rick Atkins, Jason Atkins, Corey Kreitzer, Harry Tice, Doc Hearn, Randy Wirtz, and Chris Lang. We wouldn't have a deal except for Chris. We've gotten all the support from the community, and we've had people that want to do like GoFundMes for us because
Nice.
They just really believe in the project.
So if somebody is listening today and they want to come play a round of golf, do they just show up to play? Do you have memberships? How does the golf portion of the course work?
Yeah, we do have members, and they're growing very fast. We have, goodness, I think we got our 75th member the other day.
Oh, wow.
Now, some of those are boat members, but most of those are golf members. So that's been really tremendous. We want to get up to about 120 total boat and golf. I'm hearing the sweet spot for golf is about 40 more golfers, because right now I think we have about 49 golfers, and we need probably to be up near the 80s on golfers. So we're getting really close. So one of the things we have coming up is a membership drive. It's to be determined what date we're going to do it. We're going to probably do it at the end of this month or toward the end of this month. But one of the things we're going to do there is we're going to do a free drawing for a free membership. And then the other thing we're going to be doing is a 50-50, and Megan doesn't know this at the Humane Society yet. However, she lost a big fundraiser this year, Wagon for Dragons, because of COVID. So Megan, what we're going to do is you're going to get the 50-50, okay? So Megan gets the proceeds from the 50-50 for Humane Society, and then we're going to be doing the membership drive. One lucky guy or gal gets a free membership. We're going to do a drawing for that, too. It's going to probably be toward the end of the month. We offer, too, a 365-day floating membership. So in other words, it's a year-to-date thing. So if they sign up on September the 23rd, they get it all the way through September the 23rd the following year.
Okay.
So it's not like the way they used to do, and that's been super popular. For example, if they sign up this week, it goes all the way through next summer. So this will be, and there are no restrictions. So this will be Saturdays, Sundays, anytime, cart fee, greens fee, $750 for the entire year, which is a screaming deal. At one point, the members were paying $1,200, $1,100 out here. The county took it down, and it was subsidized by the county to a little bit less than that. To, I think they were around $500. So we're either less than what the members paid probably 12 years ago. So we're a screaming deal. And the golf course, like you said, is
It's
just looking
gorgeous.
fantastic. We're going to be doing the Helltown Classic Golf Tournament on the 10th. We're going to do a one-day member guest on the 17th of October. This is all coming up in October.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have a really great, another partnership with the community, a great cause, United Way. So October 24th, we have the UPS United Way tournament out here. So we have a busy October coming up.
Fantastic. Yeah, you're going to be really busy in October.
Indeed.
So if somebody is listening, where can they go get more information about all of this? Do you guys have a website?
We do. We have a website. It's www.frontroyalgolfclub.com.
Easy peasy. And if somebody searches Front Royal Golf Club on Facebook, will they find you that way as well?
Yes, and in fact, the county was great. They basically moved their old Facebook page over to us, and so my wife, my business partner, has been great, as well as life partner, has been great at keeping that updated, and so we'll update that every day with different things that are going on.
Well, Lewis, thank you so much for taking some time and inviting me out to the course today.
Certainly my pleasure. It was great to have you, Janet. It was really great. I would love to be able to banter with you like Dylan used to.
Yeah, well, so I know he's going to listen to this podcast because we both know he's going to listen to this podcast. I miss you, Dylan. Please come back. Okay, I had to get that out of my system. We are going to wrap up today's conversation with Lewis Nichols from Virginia Golf. They are the management team that is now running Front Royal Golf Club. You can get more information about everything that we talked about today on the podcast page. Just head over to theriver953.com. And I will be back tomorrow. I'll have a brand new episode of The Valley Today ready to go for you just a few minutes after noon. Meet me back here then.